Hey YouTube, this is what you call March Madness in Colorado. I want to share with you a bunch of questions that I get asked often by viewers, and just Air Force questions. That's what I want to talk about. So many questions that I answer every week, and I want to share that with you. So some of the questions come from people who want to join the Air Force. Some of them may already be in the Air Force. Some of them may be prior service from other branches who are thinking about joining the Air Force, either full-time or reserve or guard. So the first question is, very common question is, I want to be an officer in the Air Force. And that's a very competitive process. It is possible. Hopefully you have the requirements needed to be an officer. Of course, you need your bachelor's degree, AFOQT, which is the test that you have to take, and either leadership potential or experience that you can put on your application. Always speak with a recruiter if you're outside of the Air Force, a recruiter who specializes with officer applicants. That's going to be very helpful. And find someone that can mentor you, that's maybe willing to assist you locally or wherever to apply. That's the first question. Or somebody who's prior enlisted or enlisted who wants to become an officer. The best source is Education Center. Pick their brain, begin with them and see what input they give you. The process sometimes changes, so if I speak about my process, maybe it may not relate to the way the process is now. So always seek current information from people around you. Next question, Air Force question is, I don't know if I'm too old to join the Air Force. And the answer is, most likely you're not. The answer for enlisted is up to the age of 39. Often people contact me saying, hey, I'm 28. Am I too old? I don't think so at all. Go in with the mentality that this is something that you're doing for yourself, and if you have a family, for them as well. Don't worry about the younger people. They're trying to figure it out just like you are. And if you're older, I think you actually have a benefit or an advantage because you'll be focused. I enlisted when I was 24, and I was focused on myself and my career and my family. And I think I made up for lost time. A lot of the individuals that I joined with were 18 and right out of high school. I didn't worry about that. You focus on yourself. What about, next question is, I'm afraid of joining the military even though I want to, or my family doesn't agree with my decision. Whether it could be your parents or whoever it is, but you're gonna have to do what's best for yourself because we do grow up and become independent from our parents. Of course, speak with them up front, the pros and cons, and in the end it's going to have to be your decision whether you decide to join or not. Next question that I get asked often is, should I make it a career? It's going to depend on you, on what it is that you want to do out of your career. Whether you serve 4 years or more, short-term or long-term, the decision is going to be yours again to say, yes, I'm going to continue, make it a long-term career. For me, I joined with the idea of doing 4 years and get out and go back to Los Angeles, and then I realized the Air Force was a good fit for me. I do also realize that it's not a long-term good fit for everyone, but for me it was. So you explore. Go in with the mentality, or serve with the mentality that take it contract by contract, but maximize your contract. So you leave the Air Force after 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, or whatever time period, a better person with skills and experience that are going to help you with the next chapter of your life. For me, I maximized everything, and I realized I wanted to stay in, and that's exactly what I did. And I served in many different capacities: enlisted officer, active duty, reserve, and I'm still serving right now as a civilian. Next question, what about if I don't like my job, or what if I don't get the job that I like? Well, make the most of it. I've talked about a lot of these questions in different videos. This is just everything combined. Again, if you don't like your job, still do the best job that you can and be successful. And that's going to benefit you should you want to retrain into another career field. Even if you don't want to retrain and say, no, I'm going to do my time, even though I don't like this job, and then move on in a different direction. Do the best job regardless, whether you like it or not. Have I ever had jobs that I didn't like? Of course. And that's going to happen in the Air Force, and that's going to happen in the civilian community. I'm going to walk a little bit because it is cold out here. And I didn't want to make a video in my office or in my house because it's the same old thing. A few more questions is, are there benefits if I serve in the Guard or Reserve as opposed to active duty? Yes. For example, education benefits. Tuition assistance currently is still $4,500 per year, and it refreshes every October 1st. That's how I completed my education. I was active duty at the time, but Guard and Reserve definitely get those benefits as well. Are there benefits of serving part-time? Yes. There's many benefits. It's called Citizen Airman. Citizen Airman means you are a civilian most of the time and an airman part-time while you're in uniform. Technically, you're an airman all the time, even if you're part-time, Guard or Reserve. Think of it like that. You're just dual. You're doing two things at the same time, sometimes here, sometimes there. And I'm a huge supporter of the Air Force Reserve, best kept secret. Of course, I did prefer active duty, but when that ended, I went Reserve, and wow, I was blessed to do that. How about one more question? And if you have more questions, just put them at the bottom of this video. I'll answer them. One more question that I get asked often. I'm going blank on what to talk about. I'll think about something right now. While I think about that, I retired 9 months ago and I love it. I did my time 22 years, but I loved turning the page. I don't think, oh, I wish I would have done this or that. How about promotions? Promotions are based, for the enlisted side, you have websites out there that will help you, tell you what you have to do, time and grade, time and service, and professional military education that you have to complete. Your performance reports are very important. So you maximize what you do on duty and off duty, and then your leadership will write a solid performance report, enlisted performance report for you. For officers, it's very similar as well. The key thing is leadership and leading people and leading programs, things like that. You have time and grade, time and service. Up to the grade of captain, it's automatic. Major, there's a board, and lieutenant colonel and colonel as well. But definitely find a mentor in your career, and that person should be able to help you out. And then at the same time, you do the same thing for others. Mentor them and help them as well. If you have any other questions, ask them. Have a great day.